opening game at home. I don't think you could have asked for too much more. Just generally speaking, how happy are you with that effort and what happened out there tonight?
I'm pretty happy for the first 59 minutes and 20 seconds of the game.
Right.
I mean, you never want to get scored on your first shot, first shift. I mean, in the first 15 seconds, it could have gone the other way. But
yes,
I want to say this is the script and the resiliency of our team. I think we're starting to see a trend a little bit. When we went down, in any game, we had belief that we could come back. And so we just kept plugging away. And when we had an opportunity to score, we scored. So outside of the score and all the other things, I think it's a mentality and a belief with our team that we can accomplish anything as long as we're doing it together. So, the way we've won the last 4 games, I know there's been some individuals that stand out on the stat sheet, but we've won as a team, and that's my favorite thing to be preaching. And looking back, collectively we did it as a group, and that's the way we need to play.
Sure. A lot of jam out there tonight, too. You backed each other up. How much does that play into the confidence thing when guys are helping each other out like that?
Well, again, that's just our team. We got to play as a team. You could see in any type of scrums how we got 5 guys in there, and we called that just a dog pack where, if one's in trouble, we got 5 guys coming. And like I said, we do everything as brethren in there, and I think it's really starting to show. And nobody would have predicted the IceDogs to go 4-0 against the likes of Ottawa, Kingston, Oshawa, and obviously Brampton being number 1 ranked team in the country.
Right.
But when you have belief in yourself, you can accomplish anything, and that's the same for the 20 guys in the lineup every single night. And our staff, our support staff, our ownership, everybody all believes in this thing, and we're taking it one day at a time. So it's been off to a dream start, but we're not satisfied. We've got to keep our pedal down on the floor.
For sure. Your goalie comes out and gets into a fight. What's the thought there? Because you like the gumption, you like the moxie, but you're also taking him out of the game that then, right?
Well, if it's a 3-2 game, maybe you don't like that. But, it's a 4-1 game. He's fighting for our guys. And, at that moment right there, he's already played 4 games. I didn't hate it because, I felt guilty not playing Charlie. And at least this way, it's kind of a win-win situation. All right, Flo gets it in there. Maybe sell a couple tickets to the next game, make the owner happy. But Charlie gets some experience as well, too. Right. And it's not that he's not a capable goalie. He's more than capable, like we said, a 1-2. But we also said, hey, you win, you play, and Flores hasn't stopped winning yet, so almost felt guilty. I didn't want to go back on my word either, but having Charlie play and Flores fight, I think that was the opportune time. And if anybody would have watched our bench and the reaction when he got him down, we were just fired up, and instead of sitting at 4-1, we found a way to get it up to 7. So I look at that as a huge turning point for the better for us.
For sure. Now, is he going to get suspended for that?
Probably. Second fight.
2 games?
I think it's automatic 2 games because I remember Andrew Vermeulen got a second fight in and got 2 last year. So more than likely, but if it doesn't happen, we'll take him in a heartbeat. But if it does, then Charlie's been waiting to get in, and we'll rely on Charlie.
Sure. Just call up Humphreys there if you need.
I would assume.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Great. That's all I need.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
You think
So you beat the number 1 team in the league. Where do you hope to be in the rankings next week? Or do you care about that stuff?
You know what? I would say that I don't care about that stuff, but I'd be lying to you, Bern. And it's not that we want the recognition, as we use that as a spur right in our side. We printed off the power rankings in a big sheet, and we posted it all over the locker room. And we said, this is what the hockey world thinks of us right now, and we're out here to prove people wrong. And we can't say, the last 6 years in this organization or anything that happened before I got here would give them that idea, and that they should. But we're here to change the script and change the culture, and it's not easy. And so we're not happy with 4 games, but we want to keep going 5, 6, 7, whatever we can get to. As long as we got our guys healthy, we got to win. And when we are winning, you want to see people really start changing that mindset. And even with Brampton being as good as they were, starting their backup against the lonely old IceDogs, I think we caught them by surprise, 4 goals in the first. So at some point, you want to see some respect. So if we wake up in the morning and the power rankings get us a little bit higher, I think that's something where we've proven to ourselves we are a team that belongs.
Okay, thanks.
Max Crete, what a start for that young man. 3 goals. His first one was in the empty net. So for first 2 here tonight, seems like a bulldog out there. He's not really backing down to anybody out there. What have you liked from the young number 23 so far?
Well, I've liked everything. He's very coachable. He's got a lot of grit. responds very well. I leaned into him pretty hard after the first shift where he didn't throw hits, and he came back with a block shot, 2 hits, and a goal in his second shift of the game. Responded extremely well. So that's what you want to see from your players, and it shows two-way respect when you can challenge somebody and have them respond. But yeah, he's 4 games into his OHL career, much like a Brady Wasland, much like any of our young rookies, Rubric and Zada and Galyanov and all these guys last year. And the quicker they can help us make an impact, the better our team's going to be. After 4 games, Wasland had 2 goals and assists. On the 4th game, Creeder stepped up. Rubric has been scoring goals. Zada on the power play tonight. And I know Kevin gets a lot of the attention, but our depth has been really helping us win, and we're not putting it all on the shoulders of our top line right now.
Other than the first 18 seconds, could you have dreamt for a better start for this team, earning the respect of obviously the number 1 ranked team in all the CHL, having that start in your home opener? Like, is there any better of a start that you could have asked for as a coach with the way that this game unfolded?
No, and I think your first thing is, could you have dreamed it? Yeah, I dreamed it ever since we won on Friday, coming back on the bus saying I want it, and that's what we say, keep the pedal down on the floor, like want it and believe in it, and I think we hyped up Oshawa a little bit too much, and I don't think we touched the puck in the first period for the first 13 minutes. So even as me as a coach, I've said, hey, well, instead of giving the other team respect, start giving yourself some. And like we said, we're starting to prove it to everybody, including ourselves, that we're a pretty good hockey team when we play as a team. So this is a fun group to be around right now. 2 weekends, 7 weeks into the season, and I think we're on the right page. So as long as we keep going, I think we should be fine.
And lastly, you talked about this being the toughest stretch last weekend when you spoke to us about this week coming up with Oshawa and Brampton. The way that the team's played is everything that you've worked on in the offseason and training camp and getting the roster rebuilt on the fly here. Is this the way that you want this group to play all season long and be able to have this competitiveness throughout the year and gaining that respect back in the league?
Well, 100%. I mean, like we said, it's a 26-week grind that we just got to keep on going and make sure we keep our pedal down on the floor. But I have a lot of respect for Scott Ray, who's now the head coach in Owen Sound, and they were in a position that the IceDogs were. They're not supposed to win, but they're going to be a very well-coached team, and we have to be ready for our next opponent next Friday. So I don't want to take days off and just say, hey, we've done a good job coming this far. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep on going and keep pushing to get better every single day. So we're already setting our sights to next weekend, North Bay, Owen Sound. I mean, 2 teams that we want to make sure that we're paying back for some of the losses that they gave us last year. So this is something that absolutely we thought we're capable of, and we're just putting a plan into action right now, and it's good to see the fruits of our labor.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations, and see you next week.
Thanks, Brian.